Hello, this is Sausage Fingers and welcome to Worlds Adrift. Right, this is a very quick tutorial of the stuff I wish I'd have known, or a getting started tutorial. Right, everything is based around knowledge. The more knowledge you get, the more stuff you can build, the higher quality. So we have none of the knowledge. If you press 4, you'll get out your knowledge tool. Left click with a mouse, you can scan stuff. I now have some of the knowledge. That gave me 5 knowledge. Everything can be scanned. Basically, just go around spamming your scan button, like this for instance. Now, getting down from here, if you right click, that will send out your grapple. Shift to grapple in, like to reel in your grapple as it were. Space to jump, and control to go down. Shift, yeah, done shift. Right, to get down from here, this took me a while to figure out. Basically, point at this, swing off, and then hold control and you'll grapple down to the limits of your grapple. And then again you are on the ground. Now what you are looking for, again you can scan everything. Look, yeah, more knowledge points. What you're looking for is knowledge nodes. But the idea of looking for these knowledge nodes, you can't even build a ship initially, so whatever island you start on, you're going to go exploring. These rocks here, if you press 1 to mine them, you can see because they've got the big splits in, you can mine these tools. Now to build any ship, you are going to need an Atlas shard as well. And most of these rocks have got Atlas shards, you can see it there. Now just mine around this a little bit. Now to mine metals and fuel, you just keep pressing the mining button. To grab an Atlas shard, you have to pick it up using the E key. You cannot mine it as such, you need to pick it up by hand. Now, anything in your belt you will keep if you die. Now, you can pick that up, drag and hold with the left mouse button. If you click right mouse button, it will turn it 90 degrees, so you can fit it however you want to turn it, like that. Like I say, belt you keep, this you lose. Yeah. There are boxes on most islands to keep your eye on. Here they are. Press E to access the box. Things like this, you can take all of this actually. This is lore. Right click and collect. You'll get 15 knowledge for that. And then in here, no, logbook, you can read the different codex that you find. First aid is gathered through salvaging trees. Once you salvage trees, they'll drop cherries. Eat cherries gives you first aid. Don't. Trees have physics, they can killify you to death. Right, I've probably already got some. There you go, I've got cherries. You can drag them into your hot bar, put them in your belt or whatever. And then press 5, hold down your left mouse button, you will eat said cherry. Later on, once you can kill animals, you can cook steaks or you can eat the meat raw. It won't poison you at this stage of the game anyway. I don't know whether they'll develop that or not. I'm scanning all the things. And then you will come across these. This is what your bread and butter is. These are the knowledge nodes. Get 25 for one of them, and as you can see now I can do shipbuilding. So I go into my knowledge, you open that tab, go up to knowledge, shipbuilding, left click, OK. That will give you a list of schematics. There's your schematics. What you want is items, shipbuilding. You want to build a shipyard and an assembly station if there isn't one nearby already. And chances are there will be. Okay, getting on top of stuff. Right click, you'll probably find that you'll be hanging about here and you'll spend most of your time not being able to get up. If you double click space, that will boost you, like so. If you're moving, it will just shoot you off in a random direction, so you've got to be stood still while you're doing it. What we're looking for is a shipyard. Whatever anybody built last in this will show up, so sometimes you can get some fantastic engines, so always check this, or other fantastic bits of your ship. You can build these yourself, but it's better to just take one over. You might have to repair them. If so, you make sure you've got the stuff that you need. Consumed bronze. These can be made out of any metal material. Everybody always cleans up on top of the islands, but they never go below the islands. So if you're struggling to find resources, then hit the bottom of the islands and there'll always be stuff. If you see lightning on the island, that means all the ores and boxes are replenished. So don't worry about that. So what I've done, I keep a bit of metal, about 1,000 metal and about 1,000 wood on me. That means, and an Atlas shard. That means if I die, I can rebuild a ship a basic ship from scratch without having to grind for any materials. I can be up in the air in under 10 minutes. Right, I think I've got just about enough stuff to build a ship here. So what I'm going to do, make sure you've got a nice clear space, because they're really hard to fly, these things. I'm going to make myself, under items, a shipbuilding shipyard. I tend to use lead for these. It's the only thing I ever use lead for, because it's on the ground, so it don't matter. It weighs a ton, lead. So we can drag that into there. You can't use 50 and 50. It has to be all the same metal for the same thing. You can use different metals in the different bits, though, as it were. And then craft that. It will craft it into inventory. Now what I'll do is I'll craft an assembly station as well. 50, 30 and 20. Bosh. Bosh. And bosh. Drag that into my hotbar. 6. Find somewhere green. Hold down the left mouse button and it will build. Put your assembler not too close, but not too far away. Put it about here. If you build big things like sails or wings, then it won't let you do it. If it's underneath the ship will kind of be in the way. These are the default ships. I'm going to go for dinghy first because it's tiny. Edit ship frame. Now, I'm not saying this is right, but all I did was basically that. I made this absolutely tiny. I called it the kite. This thing is really, really fast. Obviously, it's a sail, and it turns well. I know you think it won't, but for a basic ship, it will turn well. That's done. You'll have to save the ship frame, otherwise you won't be able to use it. I can either build this from metal or wood. Bosh. And bosh. No. Metal. And craft. There you go. Our first boat is crafted. As you can see, this blue sphere has come over your base. That means your shipyard's in action, as it were. You own it. People can blow up your ship here, but they can't take bits off or grind it down. You can hook onto this blue thing. That makes it much easier for the building process, as you can see there. Now, this is where this comes into play here. You're going to need different components for your ship. The first thing to put on, in my opinion, is a reviver. The reason being is when you die, from now on, you can actually just revive on your ship. Always stand back from this, because when that drops, it can kill you. Especially the bigger stuff. Now, with your shipbuilding tool, which is number 3, that's for picking stuff up. Jump on top of your ship. You can pick stuff up from miles away. Put that on there, wherever you want it. Bosh, that's there. Now hold E whilst looking at your reviver, and there you've got your personal reviver spawn point. If I die, I will revive on my ship, which is nice. To give my ship lift, as it were, I have to build an Atlas sky core. As you can see, well, that's where that Atlas shard comes in. Your ship will not fly without that. You absolutely need that. I'm not saying build like this, I'm just saying this worked for me. We'll put that about there. Upside down or the right way up, it's up to you. It's not in the middle. You can left click again and just move it over a little bit if you want. If you hold down E, whilst looking at that, you will send out a pulse, and that will stop players from grappling onto your ship. It will send out like an electric pulse that will kill all the grapples that are on your ship if you've got baddies attacking. Next thing, helm. If you're building on a slope, be careful, because that stuff can roll away. If it rolls outside your blue sphere, you won't be able to pick it up. Ah, that's in the way, so I can just pop that down there. Last but not least, a sail. 100 wood. We'll go for our light wood this time. There you go. Now, to get out of this thing, if you just... Here we go. Right, W and S, if you've got engines, that is forwards and backwards. If you've got a sail, First of all, you have to go up, out of your bubble. And that is with shift. As you can see there, that shows you whether you're going up or down. Like so. Once you're out of your bubble, then you can start manoeuvring. If you're too close to your bubble, you will kind of automatically get sucked down. To go forwards, you now unfurl by holding E, unfurl your sail. You've got no roll because you've got no wings. You've got no pitch because you've got no wings. So all you've got is W and S. But this thing, for a beginner ship, is really manoeuvrable, this little kite. Tells you which way the wind's going. Obviously, I'm not going to make you suck eggs. If it's coming straight on, you're going to go a lot slower. You will have movement if you're directly into the wind, but you will be a lot slower. And now, your job is to go to the next island, get all the knowledge, get the blueprint, search all the boxes, and continue your adventure. You can slowly build up your ship, edit your ship frames. I think that is everything you need to know in the game to get going. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give us a like and a subscribe. Tell me anything I've missed. Bear in mind this is just simply to get you in the air. I am no master at this game. I am a noob myself. Just thought I'd give you some top tips. Laters.